Hello, everybody, and welcome to the True Love Talk channel. Here we want to learn about human sexuality and love based on the teachings that Pope John Paul II left in the Theology of the Body. I am Elisa, and today's topic is what is the language of the body? So let's begin. Okay, so the idea of the body having a language is actually a central idea of the theology of the body. Because traditionally, we, especially amongst Christians, we believe that the essence of the person, of the human person, is their spirit or their soul, and that the body is just a jail of the soul or the spirit, or in the best of cases, is just that outfit that I wear to be able to move around in the world, right? And to act in the world. Actually, what Pope John Paul II wanted to say in the theology of the body, and the reason why he named it the theology of the body, was that the human being is composed of three elements: the soul, the spirit, and the body. And from those three elements, all of them are just as important as one another. That we cannot think of our bodies as disposable. However, we think this because we know we die. And our faith tells us that even when we die, our spirits are alive in heaven. But here's the deal: this is actually God trying to correct what we did with the original sin. Remember that when God told us not to eat from the fruit of the tree of good and evil, he said, don't take this fruit because you will die. And the moment we took it, we chose death, and people started dying. But that means that God's original plan was to have us immortal, and actually that is what he's going to do at the end of times. When in his second coming, when he recreates earth, basically he's going to give us our bodies back, and our bodies will be immortal, a resurrected body just like he has right now. And this is because he never gave up on that plan of having us as immortal beings, right? However, he's giving us this grace period in which everybody has to choose whether they want to die or not. And wanting to die is basically not choosing him. He is life. But those who choose life, we will have life forever, right? So yeah, our body is not just any outfit that we pull together just to move on. It is who we are. And that is why the body has a very specific language, especially when it comes to sex in the spousal union. Genitality is a language, and we're talking. But the question is, whom are we talking to when we have sex? Well, first of all, it's obvious that we're talking to our spouse, right? And we're telling him or her, I love you, I am yours, I give myself to you completely, of course. But the other person that we're talking to, and this is the main person, is actually God. Because the first thing we're telling God when we have sex is, hey, thank you so much for making me a co-creator with you. I love the possibility that you gave me to create people just with you, just like you do, and with you, right? So please make me a co-creator with you. So yes, actually, part of sex is a prayer, and what we're telling God is, I want to become a parent, a mother or a father, just like you are. And this is what Pope John Paul II would call the procreative aspect of sexuality, right? It is to make children. And basically, here's the point: we do want to be parents, but this only happens once a month, right? We only have this possibility once a month. So not every time that we have sex are we telling God, yeah, I want to become a parent. But the other thing that we say when we pray this way with our spouse is, hey, God, I actually want you to be here to help me love this person that I found that is so wonderful that I want to give everything to, right? So, of course, I'm giving him or her everything. Because when we get married, we indeed are giving our time, our houses, our time, house, money, credit cards, cars, children, everything, right? Everything becomes a common to the other person. So, common with the other person, right? So, yeah, we're giving everything. And that is why marriage is a contract. It indeed creates legal obligations and legal duties. But here's the problem. Why do we sign a contract in church? I mean, we can sign a contract everywhere to the point that we actually sign a contract when we pay with credit card on a supermarket and we pay that payment note. That is a contract. So if we can sign a contract in a credit in a supermarket, why can why can't we just sign it, I don't know, at home, or something somewhere different from church? Because actually as Catholics, we believe that we are not just marriage is not just a legal institution. It is also a sacrament. And basically we're there in church asking God and telling him, "Hey, I found this guy or this woman, right? Who is absolutely wonderful. I want him to have everything. So, of course, I'm giving him everything. And this is why I'm signing this contract with him. But besides wanting him to have everything that I have and everything that I am, I also want him to have all the love in the world. And this is something that I don't have because I am a finite person, right? I'm just a human being. But you, God, you are the most perfect and most eternal and unending love in the world, right? In the universe. So come with us and help me love this man that you created, this son that you love so much, the way you love him, right? And our spouse is doing the exact same thing with us. He's telling God, hey, I found her. I want to give her everything. So come with us and help me love her as she deserves to be loved. This is basically why we get married in church. So yes, God is just as important as our spouse when we have sex. He has to be there. Of course, when we talk about, or when I, yes, as Catholics, we talk with other Catholic marriages about, hey, make God the center of your marriage. Yeah, of course, we want Him as the center. uh, Teach your children the faith. Of course we will. Of course we'll talk about God whenever we can with our children. Okay, invite him when you have sex. And no, 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 no. That's when people think, hey, God, you know what? So yeah, we love you, and our house is yours, but we have some conjugal duties that we need to get going. So could you please go to the mall and, I don't know, watch a movie or something? Give us like 20 minutes and we take care of these duties that we have, and then okay, you can come back. Actually, no. The idea is that he's there. Oh, but it's so shameful to have God there. Actually, no. It isn't shameful. Yes, because he's going to see me naked. Dude, he created you. He knows your body. And actually, everything that you feel ashamed about your body, like, I don't like my legs, I think I'm too fat, my boobs should be, I don't know, perkier or whatever, or bigger or whatever. God, when God sees you naked, what he thinks is, oh, my baby, right? I created her or him so well, so proud of my son or my daughter, right? That's what he's thinking. So yeah, this is not something that we should be ashamed of. Something else that people think when thinking of inviting God into their sex life is, but poor little thing will be traumatized. I mean, he's so innocent. How could he ever uh, understand what's going on? Basically, we would have to pay God therapy from that moment on because poor guy could never imagine. Actually, he invented sex. He was the one who created it. He was the one who had to think of how is this going to happen and made it happen. And he thinks it's good. So yes, actually the person who knows most about sex in the entire universe is God. There's nothing you can do that can surprise him. What is actually shameful when it comes to inviting God to our sex life? If we're using the other person, if instead of trying to create that communion of people, we are trying to get pleasure and nothing else. If we are dehumanizing the other person by telling them that they're no longer people but just an object to use because we want pleasure, right? And yeah, you'll become my dildo. Forget about your humanity and your dignity. All you are is my dildo right now. That is when we should be ashamed of inviting God, because basically we're telling him, hey, remember this guy that you love so much, your son? Yeah, I'm gonna use him. Or your daughter that you love so much? Nah, I'm going to make her a whore. That's the moment when we should be ashamed of having sex and inviting God. So actually inviting God is the way of knowing if I'm doing it right or not. Because if I'm doing it right, I can show it to God proudly and tell him, hey, come be part of this because this is awesome, because this is true love, because I truly love. Look at my heart and see that I am actually loving this person that you want me to love. So come with me and let's love this man or this woman that you created and that we both love so much, right? And well, so this is the topic for today's video. On the next video, we're going to continue the same topic because it's a very extensive topic in the theology of the body. Basically, this is what it is about. But the idea is we're going to talk about the other part or the other person that we're talking to when we have sex, which is our spouse, right? So I'm very glad to see that you decided to stay until the end of the video. If you have any questions or any comments, please write it in the comment section below. I'll try to answer it as soon as possible. And okay, see you in the next video. Have a nice day. Lots of blessings for everybody. Bye.